Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video all about starting uni and kind of the things that I've learned throughout my first year of university. So I am like 3 weeks away from finishing my first year at uni, which is crazy because it literally feels like I only just got here. And so I'm just going to go straight in and answer some of the questions you guys had for me. So the first question I have is, how did you choose what uni to go to and what course? I think I touched upon this in my last uni Q&A, which I will link below, but basically the first things I looked for when I was looking at universities was location, the kind of area or city, etc. around the uni, and like what it would be like to live there, accommodation, and just how the uni felt, like how it worked for me, and also then of course the course and how good the course was, because there are some unis that I looked at that I loved everything else and the course just wasn't right, or the course was amazing but I just hated the uni. So they're the things that I looked at. Definitely go to open days, look around, look at accommodation, do all that stuff because that is really useful. In terms of course, I kind of knew, I like explained this more in detail in my other video, so I will link that below if you want to go check that out, but I didn't know until about year 13 what course I wanted to do, and it was completely by accident. I just hated all my other A-levels and I was like, oh, I actually quite enjoy English, I think I'm just going to do with that. And then throughout year 13 I was like, I actually love this. And then when I got to uni I was really glad because I love my course. I also chose to do philosophy completely on a whim. I'd never done it before, but it just really interested me. So definitely go with something that you find interesting and you think you will love. So the next question I have is uni as worth it as people make out? Yes, yes and no. No, I would say yeah, overall yeah. I love uni so much. I'm so glad I decided to come. I really like the majority of aspects about it. It's not how I thought it was going to be, like it's completely different to how I imagined, but it is as good as I thought, just in a different way. Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more kind of full-on, like intense and like a lot more partying and etc, but I really do like how uni is, and I'm really happy with my course and where I live and like my flatmates and my friends. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. It is worth it and as good as I thought it would be, and I would recommend it if you're looking into it. Obviously if you don't think uni will suit you, I mean probably not the right video for you to be watching, but definitely only do it if you think it's going to suit you. So the next question I have is, what's your advice on being away from home for so long? I think I kind of dealt with my homesick adjustment period when I was travelling rather than at uni. So by the time I got to uni I was kind of comfortable with being away from home. It didn't bother me and I never really had too bad homesickness, but I know some of my friends and my flatmates have felt more homesick. So I think you have to make sure, if you have the money, go and visit your family and friends when you need them. You can always just go home for the weekend or a few nights if you're feeling really homesick, or alternatively if you don't have time or if you don't have the money, then just Skype them. Like I speak to my family like a few times a week, maybe every day. Just Skype them, chat, talk about what's going on, and then when you do go home you will be like, can't wait to be home, and then by the end of the 3-week holidays you'll be like, can't wait to go back to uni, and you will want to come back to uni because I mean it's fun. So yeah, just keep in contact with your family and friends. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. So the next question I have is, what's your advice for being organised at uni? Now I would say I am a fairly organised person. I like my room organised, my studies organised. I just feel like it creates less stress, it keeps me in a calm mindset. Yeah, I think I'm quite organised. And so my holy grail of organisation at uni is this student planner. I could not rave about it enough. It is the Palgrave student planner. It's just amazing. Like, so it has your general like plan of the week, all the different days where you can write. I write, even though there's probably people think this is silly, I write my whole timetable in my planner every week because my timetable's online, and I just like looking in my planner and being like, oh, what have I got that day? I know where I am, I know what I'm doing, and then I can write on my assignments or any revision I have to do. Also at the front it has loads of information, student information, all about like resources. It's got even like recipes, I think, in here. Yeah, it's got loads of recipes, it's got note sections, it's got career advice. It's just really good, and I look at this probably every day just to sort out what I'm doing in my life, where I'm at, what I've got to do and stuff like that. So I definitely feel, get a planner, write down what you've got to do. I love making lists, so write a to-do list so you get your assignments done. I also wrote out all my assignments at the beginning of the year, stuck them on my bookcase so that I would never forget, and then I just cross them off when I'm done. And if ever I'm like, oh my god, when's my assignment in, what am I doing, I can just look at it and be like, oh, it's there, it's fine. And then you never forget about assignments, because that is not good. Also, I just have all my work in folders, so I'll have my notebook that I take to lectures and seminars, do all my work, and then it's like a project book, so once the section's full I put them in my folder, and then it's just easy to look back on. Some lectures or seminars I take notes on my laptop, and then I will usually write them up rather than print them out, just because I find it easier to learn whilst writing and look at written notes. So yeah, those are my tips for organisation. So the next question is, do you have any tips for budgeting at uni? Like my planner, I also love my budgeting book. This video makes me sound like such a sad student, but this is key, I'm telling you. So this is my budgeting book. You're probably gonna think this is really weird, but I need to know where my money's going, because I look in my account sometimes and I'm like, how did I spend £100 and I have nothing to show for it? So basically what I do, I just write each week, I write a list, everything I've spent money on. I look at like receipts, my bank balance, or I just like remember if I've spent something. And at the end of the week, I just go through, I total up how much it all came to, and then I also highlight the things. So if you can see here, everything in green is from my non-uni fund, if that makes sense. So basically I split my money into like food shop and uni resources, and then like my own money, so like my wages, things like that. And then I just do a total of how much of my own money I spent and how much of my designated uni money I spent, and then at the end of the month total up, see if I have spent more money than I've got in, that kind of thing. Keeps you on track, and you'll never get to the point where you'll be like, where has all my money gone? How am I £1,000 in my overdraft? So I would recommend doing that. You can also do that on like a spreadsheet on Edexcel. No, not Edexcel. You can also do that on a spreadsheet on Excel. Yeah, Excel? I don't know. If that suits you best, but as I said before, I just like writing stuff down. Okay, how do you manage your time at uni? That's a difficult one. I also got another question saying, do you have a routine, like set time to revise? No, I don't have a routine, purely because every day is completely different. So I have uni every day except a Tuesday, but some days, like Monday I only have it for an hour, and Thursday and Friday I only have it for an hour, no, 2 hours each time. So it all depends what lectures I'm doing, or like what work I've got to do, what assignments I've got to do. I work best in the evening, so I prefer to stay up late and get my work done than wake up at like 7 AM. Like that, I couldn't think of anything worse than waking up at 7 AM and writing an assignment. So I tend to spend my mornings doing things like tidying my room, or like organising something, going food shopping, doing laundry, that kind of stuff if I don't have uni. And then I'll go to uni, or like making food. I go to uni, and then in the afternoons, evenings, I will do some work. If I don't have much work that night, or if I don't have an assignment in, then I will hang out with friends in the evening. Yeah, I don't really have a routine, I just do whatever suits me, and I find that quite useful because I feel like I wouldn't be able to get a set routine because they're It would be too many things to try and think about, and a lot, which I'm trying to be more spontaneous this term, so I feel like spontaneity would not fit in my routine. So no, I don't have a routine. Okay, so next question, not really a question, but I'm not the biggest drinker, so I'm worried about being left out when I go to uni. Don't be. Not everyone at uni drinks, not everyone's a big partier. It doesn't matter. Literally, uni's one of those places where no one really gives a damn what anyone else is doing. If you were to hang out with people and they'd be like, do you want to drink? And you'd be like, actually no, I don't drink. They're like, that's cool, do you? No one would be like, you're weird, what are you doing? Drink a pint. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever said that in any context, but you'll be fine. There are loads of people that you'll be in a similar boat to loads of people. Join some societies maybe that interest you, that are obviously non-alcohol related, or just hang out with your friends and don't drink. It's not a big deal. I've got quite a lot of questions on making friends and like, what if I don't get on with my flatmates? Is it easy to make friends in lectures, etc, etc. And yes, it is quite easy to make friends at uni. As I said before, you can join societies and meet like-minded people. You can literally, in the first like month, 2 months, I think it's pretty socially acceptable to just sit down in a lecture next to someone and be like, hey, you alright? Because everyone's in the same boat. No one knows each other, so it's fine to just be like, hi random person, are you okay? And like someone could do that, or like for someone to do that to you. Don't feel awkward, because no one's going to be like, you know what, I don't know anyone here and I don't want to make any friends, I don't want to speak to anyone. Like, just sit with people in seminars and lectures and just get chatting. If they're talking about someone, be like, oh hey, I like that thing too, here are my opinion on it, or like get involved. Also a great way of making friends in seminars is just to sit with a group of people, or like literally just sit anywhere and you start discussing the work together, and then maybe just branch out into be like, so been out recently, or like what are you up, like what kind of thing did you get up to? It's easy conversation. Remember that everyone's probably feeling awkward and as if they don't know how to make friends and kind of not sure what to do in that situation, so don't feel like you're the only one. Not everyone knows each other. In fact, most people have no idea who anyone is and would be quite grateful for that person to come up and be like, you okay, like wanna chat? Yeah, so don't feel scared. Okay, so another question I've got is best unaffordable places to shop whilst at uni. So I do the majority of my food shopping at Lidl. It's really close to me, it's so cheap and it's just so convenient. Definitely recommend there, or an Aldi if you've got an Aldi close to you. Some of the things I can't get at Lidl I get from Sainsbury's, but Sainsbury's is so expensive, so I do not recommend doing your full shop at Sainsbury's. There's also like a fruit and veg market in town which is cheap, so yeah, just go and explore, see how cheap things are where you are. How much money do I spend on food in a week? I'd say I spend, it completely varies depending on what I'm eating and how much food I already have, because sometimes I have to kind of restock on things like pasta and milk and stuff like that obviously are more expensive, but I'd say like 20 to 30 a week ish is what I spend. How many part-time hour work is suitable? This again completely varies on your course, how many contact hours you have, how many assignments you have, and how well you are dealing with stress of uni and work at the same time. I had a job in October when I first joined uni, and I think I was working about 19 to 20 hours a week, something like that. And I mean, it wasn't the fact it was hard. Well, okay, so first of all, the job was really stressful, which I feel like if it was a non-stressful job, those hours would have been fine. It was a really stressful job. It was my whole day Tuesday, my whole day Saturday. So basically the majority of the time off I had uni, I was working, and it just didn't fit my balance at the start of uni. Whereas I'm looking for new jobs now, and like all of my other flatmates have jobs and they find that it balances fine. So I think it's just however much you find suitable is good for you. How did you break the ice with your flatmates on the first day? We were talking for quite a while before we started uni, so we all kind of were getting to know each other. And then when we first came here and everyone on our parents left and something, I think we just got drunk, to be honest. I feel like we just went to like a flat party and we just chatted shit to each other and we became best friends. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. And if you don't drink, just have fun. It'll be fine. So next question, were there many other vegans at uni and how did you find out about them? I started talking to some people before I went to uni through like my course chat and the general like freshers page chat or something that I saw were vegan. So we just started talking about veganism and how long we've been vegan, etc. And now we're really good friends. Also, vegan society, that's a good way to meet people if there's one at your uni. If there isn't one, set one up. It's pretty easy. But yeah, there are quite a lot of vegans at my uni. I feel like 'cause it's like an arts uni, there are quite a lot of vegans, so it's pretty easy to find people. I always meet people and they're like, oh, I'm a vegan too, and I'm like, new friend, it's great. Yeah, you'll be fine. Cheap vegan meals, things like lentil soup, like veggie soup, spaghetti bolognese, jacket potato, stir fry, like porridge, pasta. Just shop at Lidl and all of your meals will be cheap. What are your go-to meals at uni? Basically all the ones I just said. I eat pasta a lot, I have smoothies a lot, I have stir fry a lot, soup, like mushrooms on toast, pasta. I basically eat pasta every single day. Yeah, I have done some what I eat in a day videos, uni edition, so I will link those below if you want to go see me making meals at uni and see what I eat. So that's all of the questions I have for now. If you have any more questions about starting uni, literally anything about uni, then you can leave them below or you can go over to my Twitter and leave them there. Yeah, so I really hope you've enjoyed this video and it has been somewhat useful. If you have any more questions or any video recommendations or anything like that, please let me know and I will see you next time. Bye!